Welcome to Biology Tutor. Happy New Year 2025. If you like this channel, please share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell button to get notifications. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link is available in the description. You can directly purchase the book through the Amazon link. Today we are going to discuss about the question paper 23, model question paper 23. There are 100 questions in this session. First question, what is the primary advantage of single cell proteins compared to traditional protein sources? A. High fat content. B. Minimal water requirement for production. C. Rapid biomass production. D. Lack of essential amino acids. Here answer is option C. Rapid biomass production. Second question, which organism is not commonly used for producing SCP? Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Chlorella vulgaris, Escherichia coli, Drosophila melanogaster. You can omit 3 of these choices and the answer is D. Drosophila melanogaster. Third question, the first commercial single protein was derived from fungi, algae, yeast, bacteria. You can omit A, B and D. Here answer is option C, yeast. Fourth question, in the 1960s, researchers at British Petroleum developed proteins from oil process. Which organism was involved in that process? Yeast, bacillus, fungi, viruses and bacteriophages. Here answer is option A, yeast. In the 1960s, researchers at British Petroleum developed what they called proteins from oil process, a technology for producing single cell proteins by yeast fed by waxy paraffins, a byproduct of oil refineries. Fifth question, the Quorn brand, a popular SCP based meat substitute, uses which organism? Spirulina platensis, Chlorella pyrenoidosa, Fusarium venenatum, Rhizopus oligosporus. Here answer is option C, Fusarium venenatum. Sixth question, what is a significant concern associated with SCP consumption? High carbohydrate content, presence of nucleic acids, lack of vitamins, excessive fiber content. Here answer is option B, presence of nucleic acids. Seventh question, which waste product is commonly used as a substrate for SCP production? Petroleum hydrocarbons, cellulose, plastic waste, animal fats. Here answer is option A, petroleum hydrocarbons. Eighth question, which amino acids increase collagen? Glycine, hydroxy, proline, all of these. Here you have to select all the A, B, C options and here answer is option D, all of these. Food Safety Officer book is available with thousands MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link is available in the description. You can purchase the book through the Amazon link. Ninth question, the production of SCP from methane involves which key microorganisms? Methanotrophs, thermophiles, cyanobacteria, halophiles. Here answer is option A, methanotrophs. 10th question, why are nucleic acids in SCP often reduced before human consumption? To enhance protein digestibility, to prevent gout-like symptoms, to remove bitterness, to increase calorific density. Here answer is option B, to prevent gout-like symptoms. 11th question, a key environmental benefit of SCP production is reduction in carbon emissions. B, minimal nutrient recycling. C, increased oxygen consumption. D, fossil fuel dependency. Here answer is option A, reduction in carbon emissions. 12th question, the term single cell protein was coined by Max Delbruck, Carol Wilson, Joshua Liderberg, Alexander Fleming. Here answer is option B, Carol Wilson. The term SCP was coined in 1966 by Carol L. Wilson of Massachusetts Institute of Technology. The food from oil idea became quite popular by the 1970s with the Champagnat being awarded the UNESCO's Science Prize in 1976 and paraffin-fed yeast facilities being built in a number of countries after the same. 13. Which of the following chromatographic methods is the most suitable for separating volatile compounds? Column chromatography, paper chromatography, gas chromatography, thin layer chromatography. Your answer is option C, gas chromatography. 14th question, which chromatographic technique would you choose to analyze the pesticide residues in water samples? Paper chromatography, column chromatography, HPLC, TLC. Your answer is option C, HPLC. 15th question, for the identification of lipolytic vitamins in food matrices, which mobile phase type is commonly used in HPLC? Polar solvents like water methanol mixtures, pure water, non-polar solvents like hexane, D. Ionized buffers. Your answer is option A, polar solvents like water methanol mixtures. 16th question, in TLC, the retention factor value of a compound is calculated as distance traveled by the compound divided by distance traveled by the solvent front. B. Distance traveled by the solvent front divided by distance traveled by the compound. C. Distance traveled by the compound plus solvent front distance divided by 2. D. Distance traveled by the compound into solvent front distance. Your answer is option A, distance traveled by the compound divided by distance traveled by the solvent front. 17. In gas chromatography, what is the purpose of using a carrier gas like helium to react with analytes, to act as a stationary phase, to transport analytes through the column, to detect compounds? Your answer is option C, to transport analytes through the column. 18. Combining GC with MS is particularly useful because it shortens analysis time, it increases sensitivity and allows compound identification, it eliminates the need for a stationary phase, it increases the RF value in chromatography. Your answer is option B, it increases sensitivity and allows compound identification. 19. Why are gradient elutions often preferred over isocratic elutions in HPLC? They simplify data interpretation. They enhance separation efficiency for complex mixtures. They use less solvent. They are easier to automate. Your answer is option B. They enhance separation efficiency for complex mixtures. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link to purchase the same is available in the description. 20. Question number 20. A food safety officer is tasked with detecting aflatoxins in groundnuts. Which technique would provide the most reliable and sensitive results? TLC with visible light detection, HPLC with fluorescence detection, GC with thermal conductivity detection, paper chromatography. Here you have to omit option A, C and D. Here correct answer is option B, HPLC with fluorescence detection. 21. In HPLC, a peak is observed at a retention time of 5 minutes. What does this retention time primarily indicate? The compound's boiling point, the interaction strength with the stationary phase, the pH of the mobile phase, the molecular weight of the compound. Your answer is option B, the interaction strength with the stationary phase. 22. Which is the main advantage of supercritical fluid chromatography over traditional HPLC? Easier sample preparation, higher resolution for non-volatile compounds, faster analysis time with reduced solvent use, higher boiling point range. Your answer is option C, faster analysis time with reduced solvent use. 23rd question. Question number 23. Which of the following compounds cannot be directly analyzed by GC? Aromatic hydrocarbons, polar volatile compounds, proteins, short chain alcohols. Your answer is option C, proteins. 24. What is the significance of the fingerprint region 400 to 1500 cm raised to -1 in IR spectroscopy? Identification of specific functional groups, specific for the entire molecular structure, indication of electronic transitions, sensitive to isotopic substitutions. Your answer is option B, specific for the entire molecular structure. 25. In atomic absorption spectroscopy, the role of a hollow cathode lamp is to ionize the analyte, provide monochromatic light specific to the analyte, generate high energy electrons, act as a detector. Here answer is option B, provide monochromatic light specific to the analyte. 26. Which type of flame is commonly used in AAS for volatile analytes? Hydrogen flame, acetylene air flame, argon plasma flame, ozone oxygen flame. Higher degree of temperature, you will have to omit A, C and D. Here answer is option B, acetylene air flame. 27. Which spectroscopic technique uses molecular weight charge values to identify molecular structure? IR, UVBs, AS, MS. Here answer is option D, MS. 28. Fragmentation in mass spectrometry helps in determining molecular weight only, isotopic patterns, molecular structure and functional groups. D. Colorimetric properties. Here you have to omit option A, option B, option D. Here answer is option C, molecular structure and functional groups. 29. The primary mechanism of AAS differs from UVBs because A. It measures absorption of molecular bonds. It depends on free atoms in a gaseous state. It uses only visible light. It does not rely on Beers-Lambert's law. Your answer is option B. It depends on free atoms in gaseous state. 30. The biological value of protein is primarily determined by its amino acid composition, its digestibility in the gut, the presence of vitamins and minerals, the metabolic energy provided by the protein. Your answer is option A. Its amino acid composition. 31. If a protein has biological value of 100, it indicates A. All dietary protein is converted into body protein. B. It contains all essential amino acids but lack non-essential ones. C. It has low digestibility. D. It has the same amino acid profile as milk protein. Here you have to omit B, C and D. Here answer is option A. All dietary protein is converted into body protein. 32. PER is calculated using protein efficiency ratio, the chemical score of protein, the total nitrogen retained in the body, weight gain per unit of dietary protein consumed, digestibility multiplied by biological value. Your answer is option C, weight gain per unit of dietary protein consumed. 33. The digestibility coefficient of a protein is expressed as percentage of nitrogen absorbed from the intestine, the ratio of absorbed nitrogen to consumed nitrogen, protein quality score divided by digestibility. D. Amino acids metabolized in the liver, which is the answer over here. Here answer is option B, the ratio of absorbed nitrogen to consumed nitrogen. 34. A low digestibility coefficient is likely to result in a higher biological value, a decrease in protein efficiency ratio, enhanced net protein utilization, reduced calorie intake. Your answer is option B, a decrease in protein efficiency ratio. 36. Net protein utilization is a measure of the efficiency of dietary protein used in tissue formation, the availability of protein post-digestion, the energy yielded by protein metabolism. D. Protein digestibility minus nitrogen excretion. Your answer is option A, the efficiency of dietary protein used in tissue formation. 36. NPU is calculated as nitrogen retained divided by nitrogen consumed into 100, nitrogen digested divided by nitrogen absorbed into 100, protein consumed divided by weight gain into 100, protein efficiency ratio divided by biological value into 100. Your answer is option A, nitrogen retained divided by nitrogen consumed into 100. 37. Net protein ratio differs from NPU because NPR includes body weight changes in the evaluation. NPR is calculated in humans whereas NPU is only for animals. NPR excludes essential amino acids from analysis. NPR does not factor in digestibility. Your answer is option A, NPR includes body weight changes in the evaluation. 38. The NPR value for a given diet is influenced by caloric density of the diet, growth rate of the test organism, total nitrogen content of feces, protein solubility in water. Your answer is option B, growth rate of the test organism. 39. Chemical score is based on the concentration of the most limiting essential amino acid in a protein, the digestibility coefficient of the protein, the protein efficiency ratio multiplied by nitrogen retained, D, the calorific value of protein compared to fat. Your answer is option A, the concentration of the most limiting essential amino acid in a protein. 40. If a protein has a chemical score of 0.5, it means A, it lacks essential amino acids. B, the limiting amino acid is present at 50% of the reference protein. C, 50% of its nitrogen content is excreted. D, it has a biological value of 50, which is the answer over here. Your answer is option B. The limiting amino acid is present at 50% of the reference protein. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers or you can purchase the book through the Amazon link which is available in the description. 41. Between BV and NPU, the key difference lies in BV focuses on protein quality while NPU incorporates digestibility. BV is based on nitrogen retained while NPU is not. BV is only for plant proteins while NPU is universal. NPU excludes limiting amino acids from evaluation. Here answer is option A. BV focuses on protein quality while NPU incorporates digestibility too. 42. High digestibility and low biological value proteins likely indicates poor amino acid composition, high protein efficiency ratio value, elevated nitrogen absorption rates. D. Excellent protein efficiency ratio. Your answer is option A. Poor amino acid composition. 43. The best protein source for recovery from malnutrition would likely have high BV, high digestibility and balanced amino acids, low protein efficiency ratio and high chemical score, high digestibility coefficient but low BV, low NPU and high calorific content. Your answer is option A, high BV, high digestibility and balanced amino acids. 44. In an abattoir designed for optimal hygiene and safety, the slaughter line layout should prioritize A. Proximity of live animal pens to the packaging area. B. Linear flow of operations from live animal reception to packaging. Minimal separation between dirty and clean operations. Circular flow to minimize construction cost. Your answer is option B. Linear flow of operations from live animal reception to packaging. 45. A truck carrying poultry arrives at a facility with birds showing signs of stress. Which factor is most likely to have contributed? A. The birds were transported at optimal temperature. B. The truck was overcrowded with inadequate ventilation. C. The birds were fed 12 hours before transport. D. The transport duration was limited to 2 hours. Here you have to think and you will get the answer. Your answer is option B. The truck was overcrowded with inadequate ventilation. 46. During antemortem inspection, a veterinarian notices labored breathing in cattle. What should be the immediate action? Proceed with slaughter to avoid delays. Mark the animal for detailed postmortem inspection. Isolate the animal and test for respiratory diseases. Release the animal for public sale. Here you have to apply your brain, then you will get the answer. Here you have to omit A, B and D. Your answer is option C. Isolate the animal and test for respiratory diseases. 47. If a liver in postmortem examination appears yellow and brittle, the most likely conditions is normal liver structure, liver fluke infestation, fatty liver syndrome, hemorrhagic hepatitis. Here answer is option C, fatty liver syndrome. 48. What is the purpose of stunning an animal before slaughter? To drain blood effectively, to ensure humane treatment and reduce stress, to improve meat flavor by numbing pain receptors, to paralyze muscles for easier processing. Here you have to omit A, you have to omit C, you have to omit D. Here answer is option B, to ensure humane treatment and reduce stress. 49. The primary determinant in grading beef carcasses is age of the slaughterhouse, marbling color and maturity of the meat, length of the carcass, packaging type. Your answer is option B, marbling color and maturity of the meat. 50. Substituting low-cost meat like pork for higher-cost beef can be detected by. Here you have to apply your brain and the newest technology we have to use to get the appropriate result. Here, first option, visual inspection by a skilled butcher, DNA barcoding or polymerase chain reaction, taste test by experienced chefs, boiling the meat to test its consistency. Your answer is option B, DNA barcoding or polymerase chain reaction. 51. Vacuum packaging helps preserve meat primarily by preventing bacterial growth by removing oxygen, absorbing excess water from the meat, increasing exposure to UV light, raising the storage temperature. Your answer is option A, preventing bacterial growth by removing oxygen. 52. For long-term preservation of shrimp, the most effective method is dry curing with salt, deep freezing at minus 18 degrees Celsius or below, storing in ice slurry at 0 degrees Celsius, wrapping in newspaper and refrigerating. Here easily you can conclude the answer is option B, deep freezing at minus 18 degrees Celsius or below. 53. Controlled aging of beef enhances flavor and tenderness due to bacterial fermentation of connective tissue, enzymatic breakdown of proteins and muscle fibers, evaporation of moisture increasing toughness, adding spices to meat during storage. Here answer is option B, enzymatic breakdown of proteins and muscle fibers. 54. Modified atmosphere packaging extends shelf life by increasing oxygen levels in the package, using gases like carbon dioxide and nitrogen to slow spoilage, freezing the meat before sealing it, wrapping meat in foil to block light. Here answer is option B, using gases like carbon dioxide and nitrogen to slow spoilage. 55. Meat labeled as organic must. You have to apply your brain. You will get the answer over here. A. Be free from any type of bacteria. B. Come from animals raised without synthetic hormones or antibiotics. C. Be packed in biodegradable materials. D. Be genetically modified to resist disease. Your answer is option B. Come from animals raised without synthetic hormones or antibiotics. 56. A key concern with genetically modified animal products is increased risk of immediate spoilage, unknown long-term health and ecological effect, higher cost of genetic labeling, reduced nutritional value. Here you can easily eliminate the choices. Genetically modified animal, it may pass the gene from one organism to another one, from particular vegetables or from meat to other organisms. So here answer is option B, unknown long-term health and ecological effects. 57. The most common zoonotic disease transmitted through meat is trichinosis from undercooked pork, cholera from freshwater fish, typhoid fever from poultry, tuberculosis from frozen beef. Here answer is option A, trichinosis from undercooked pork. 58. Egg yolk is an excellent source of vitamin C and potassium. B. Vitamin D and choline. C. Fiber and iron. D. Vitamin A and cellulose. Here answer is option B, vitamin D and choline. 59. The most effective method to extend the shelf life of eggs is washing with detergent before refrigeration, coating with mineral oil to seal pores, freezing whole eggs, boiling and storing at room temperature. Your answer is option B, coating with mineral oil to seal pores. 60. Liquid egg whites are often pasteurized to improve their whipping properties, kill pathogens like salmonella, enhance their flavor profile, increase their shelf life by freezing. Your answer is option B, kill pathogens like salmonella. 61. Egg whites are widely used in baking for their ability to tenderize dough. B. Providing structure and leavening when whipped. C. Acting as a natural preservative. D. Enhancing sweetness in recipes. Your answer is option B, providing structure and leavening when whipped. 62. Which of the following components of milk is most responsible for its buffering capacity? Proteins, fats, lactose, minerals. Here answer is option A, proteins. 63. In homogenized milk, the size of fat globules is reduced to approximately 5 to 10 micrometers, 2 to 3 microns, 0.5 to 2 microns, 1 to 5 microns. Here answer is option C, 0.5 to 2 microns. Questions may ask like this, 0.2 to 2 microns. That is, if it is there in the option, you can choose that particular option. 64. What is the primary difference between UHT processing and pasteurization? UHT kills all microorganisms while pasteurization kills pathogens. UHT requires high temperatures but shorter time. C. Pasteurization involves lower temperatures but a longer duration. Both B and C are correct. Here answer is option D. Both B and C are correct. 65. Which microorganism is a key player in the fermentation of process of dahi and curd? Lactobacillus bulgaricus, Streptococcus thermophilus, both A and B, Lactococcus lactis. Here answer is option C, both A and B. 66. What is the major difference between condensed milk and evaporated milk? Condensed milk is unsweetened while evaporated milk is sweetened. Condensed milk is sweetened while evaporated milk is unsweetened. Both contain added sugar. Both are unsweetened. Here answer is option B. Condensed milk is sweetened while evaporated milk is unsweetened. 67. In milk hygiene, the most critical step to prevent contamination during transportation is filtration, cooling below 4 degrees Celsius, pasteurization, standardization. Here answer is option B. Cooling below 4 degrees Celsius. 68. Which milk test is most commonly used to detect added starch? Alcohol test, iodine test, risasurin test, fat content test. Here answer is option B. Iodine test. 69. The yellow color of ghee is primarily due to vitamin D, beta-carotene, riboflavin, fat globules. Here answer is option B, beta-carotene. 70. Whey is a byproduct of which of the following processes? Pasteurization, cream separation, cheese production, ice cream manufacturing. Here answer is option C, cheese production. 71. The spoilage of milk by psychotrophic bacteria is mainly caused during fermentation, transportation and storage at low temperatures, pasteurization, homogenization. Your answer is option B, transportation and storage at low temperatures. 70. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link to purchase the same is available in the description. Next question 72. In milk powder production, spray drying is preferred over roller drying because it is faster, it retains flavor better, it is more energy efficient, it yields larger particle sizes. Here answer is option B, it retains flavor better. 73. The Maillard reaction is sweetened condensed milk occurs due to the interaction of lactose and proteins, lactose and fats, proteins and fats, lactose and sucrose. Your answer is option A, lactose and proteins. 74. What is the key advantage of UHT sterilization over traditional pasteurization? Improved taste, longer shelf life without refrigeration, increased nutritional value, better flavor profile. Your answer is option B, longer shelf life without refrigeration. 75. Pyocyanin is a blue-green phenazine pigment produced in large quantities by active cultures of Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Lactobacillus acidophilus, yeast, penicillium molds. Your answer is option A, Pseudomonas aeruginosa. 76. Which of the following defects in ice cream is caused by excessive overrun, sandy texture, lack of creaminess, weighing of icy texture? Your answer is option B, lack of creaminess. 77. Which type of milk product is produced during both mesophilic and thermophilic starter cultures? Cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese, cottage cheese, paneer. Your answer is option B, Swiss cheese. 78. Which of the following processes is primarily responsible for the white appearance of milk? High protein content, homogenization of fat globules, light scattering by casein micellis, presence of beta carotene. Your answer is option C, light scattering by casein micellis. 79. The characteristic flavor of ghee is primarily due to the presence of carbonyls, lactanones, FFA and esters, all of these. Your answer is option D, all of these. 80. In milk powder storage, which factor is most critical to prevent Maillard browning? fat content, low moisture content, protein denaturation, high sugar concentration. Here important thing is you have to keep that particular milk powder moisture content to a minimum. Here answer is option B, low moisture content. 81. In canning, the primary reason for using a double seam on can is to enhance the visual appeal of the product, create a hermetic seal preventing microbial entry, reduce the production cost of cans, facilitate easy opening. Here answer is option B, create a hermetic seal preventing microbial entry. 82. Thermosonication in food preservation combines ultrasound with which of the following processes? High pressure, heat treatment, irradiation, freezing. Here answer is option B, heat treatment. 83. The main reason for incorporating huddle technology in food preservation is to eliminate the need for packaging, use multiple preservation techniques to reduce microbial resistance, improve the nutritional profile of processed foods, avoid the use of chemical preservatives. Here answer is option B, use multiple preservation techniques to reduce microbial resistance. 84. Which of the following chemical preservative is effective against molds in acidic foods? Sorbic acid, benzoic acid, sodium nitrate, calcium propionate. Here answer is option A, sorbic acid. Sorbic acid and sodium and potassium sorbate are used to inhibit the growth of molds and yeasts. 85. The primary mode of action of irradiation in food preservation is inactivation of enzymes, denaturation of proteins, disruption of microbial DNA, reduction of water activity. Your answer is option C, disruption of microbial DNA. 86. Microfiltration in food processing is most commonly used to remove large particles like stones and grit, separate microorganisms from liquids without heat, concentrate proteins in beverages, enhance the aroma profile of food products. Your answer is option B, separate microorganisms from liquids without heat. 87. Bacteriofugation is widely used in the dairy industry to remove bacteria and spores from milk, homogenize milk fat globules, pasteurize milk at low temperatures, enhance the flavor of fermented milk products. Your answer is option A, remove bacteria and spores from milk. 88. What is the key advantage of dielectric heating in food preservation? Uniform penetration of heat in low moisture foods, reduced cost of production, selective targeting of microbial spores, avoiding any changes in food texture. Your answer is option A, uniform penetration of heat in low moisture foods. 89. Ohmic heating is based on the principle of electromagnetic radiation absorption, direct electrical resistance heating of food, indirect heating via conduction, heat transfer by fluid motion. Your answer is option B, direct electrical resistance heating for food. 90. Total quality management in the food industry focuses primarily on reducing manufacturing costs, continuous improvement in quality at all stages, developing HACCP plans, monitoring food packaging processes. Your answer is option B, continuous improvement in quality at all stages. 91. Anti-nutritional factors in legumes like tannins can be reduced by pressure cooking, sun drying, cold storage, acid washing. Your answer is option A, pressure cooking. 92. The characteristic defect known as flat sour spoilage in canned foods is caused by lactic acid bacteria, Clostridium botulinum, Bacillus species, Penicillium mold. Your answer is option C, Bacillus species. Flat sour spoilage occurs in low acid and acid canned foods. Flat sour spoilage in acid canned foods is also caused by Bacillus thermoacidurans. 93. In the production of pickles, the role of brine is to enhance the color of the product, inhibit the growth of spoilage microorganisms, neutralize the acidity of the product, accelerate the drying process. Your answer is option B, inhibit the growth of spoilage microorganisms. 94. High intensity pulse electric fields HIPEF are used for extending shelf life without thermal effects, enhancing the protein content of foods, removing pesticide residues from raw materials, concentrating fruit juices. Your answer is option A, extending shelf life without thermal effects. 95. Infrared heating is particularly effective in drying thin layers of food products, reducing microbial load seal cans, freezing delicate fruits, enhancing the flavor profile of baked goods. Your answer is option A, drying thin layers of food products. 96. Which of the following is a key requirement for HACCP implementation? Accreditation by Codex Alimentarius Commission, identifying critical control points, conducting annual audits, use of automated quality check systems. Your answer is option B, identifying critical control points. 97. Which of the following best describes aseptic preservation of food? Thermal sterilization of food followed by packaging in a sterile environment. Use of chemical preservatives in sealed containers. Preservation of food using high pressure processing in airtight packages. Irradiation of food to kill microorganisms and sealing in non-sterile conditions. Your answer is option A, thermal sterilization of food followed by packaging in a sterile environment. Question number 98. Which packaging material is most suitable for microwavable food products? PET, LDPE, PVC, glass containers with aluminum lids. Your answer is option A, polyethylene tetraphthalate PET. 99. In HACCP, a critical control point is defined as any step where monitoring ensures consistent quality, a stage where hazards can be controlled or eliminated, the final inspection point before packaging, a step where food additives are introduced. Your answer is option B, a stage where hazards can be controlled or eliminated. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link to purchase the same is available in the description. Last question of this in this session. Question number 100. Which food additive serves as a sequestrant to improve shelf stability? Sodium benzoate, citric acid, calcium disodium EDTA, propionic acid. Your answer is option C, calcium disodium EDTA. Thank you. If you like this channel, please share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell button to get updated videos. I will upload videos every day at 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time.